Go.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Elizabeth Fladger. I am a ShippingEasy onboarding specialist, also here with Mercedes Banda, and we are here to go over holiday readiness with ShippingEasy. We are going to touch base on a few topics today, giving y'all some tips and tricks to get you totally prepared for the holiday season and all of your shipping needs. So here we are. I'm one of your hosts, Elizabeth Fladger. I have been with the company since 2020 of July. It's quite a whirlwind of a process, but I love an adventure. So it's all about changing in the midst of the pandemic. I love helping our small business owners achieve end goals, expanding their stores, promoting their brands, and really making a name for themselves. And that brings me a lot of joy to this job. My other host is Mercedes.
Welcome, everybody. As Elizabeth said, my name is Mercedes, and I've been with ShippingEasy since August of 2019. I am also an onboarding specialist, and I love ShippingEasy. I love educating people about our great features, about how we can pretty much make life with shipping easier. I know shipping can be like learning a new language, so that's why I love being an onboarding specialist. So welcome to our webinar.
Yeah, thanks so much for taking the time out of y'all's busy schedule to join us today. We're going to go over a few topics. We're going to discuss holiday deadlines and the importance of that and the cutoff dates and communicating. Holiday shipping rules. It's an automation that could save you time, something worthwhile. Packing slip customization can save you time there as well, further promoting your brand. That then brings us to branded tracking that can also help increase to the awareness of your store and is an incredible feature. Also returns, that can be somewhat of an annoying process, but not with our program. We can help you through that very quickly to those few returns you might need to make this holiday season. And of course, we'll have time at the end for some Q&A. So if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And so the first topic we're going to talk about is holiday deadlines. So the first slide we'll go over is knowing your deadlines. And the reason this is important is because, well, we want to get those packages to our recipients in a timely manner. So being able to communicate the cutoffs to your customers as they're shopping will benefit you by adding those options in the checkout process of your e-commerce platform. Always keep in mind, we've got some last minute shoppers out there. I'm definitely guilty of that. So having the expedited shipping option could benefit you, could be a little price increase, but it will get that product there very quick. So knowing the speeds and costs will be gratefully beneficial for you during these holiday times. So on the next slide, we're going to go over the different shipping deadlines with our main carriers that we work with FedEx, UPS, and USPS. And as we can see, FedEx, we've already reach some of those deadlines. So perhaps put up a notification that if you are offering the FedEx ground or home delivery, that the item may not get there by Christmas or by that specific cutoff date. It is good to have those options of the 2-day services, perhaps an overnight service, priority mail express, next day air services. A guaranteed service could be a pricier shipping option, but will give satisfaction to the customer that it's a guaranteed service. It will get there in the time they request. Again, communicating this to your customers will be a great benefit for you on the checkout process. It's always important to check the carrier's websites for any updates, especially about guaranteed services. Since COVID, there's just been a myriad of updates, and it's always good to double check to make sure that what you're providing is indeed going to give that time frame we're looking for. And so on the next slide, we are going to start talking about shipping rules. And shipping rules are an automation that is included in every account, no matter what plan you're on. Paid starter, enterprise, we all have access to it. Shipping rules are a if-then statement that will provide an action to an order based on a condition. It will help you do things such as applying that packing slip for gift orders without having to manually request through processing the orders. Maybe you've got a seasonal shipment notification email template that you've created in your ShippingEasy account. Well, you can easily add that in a shipping rule to apply to your orders. Another benefit here is creating an order or a shipping rule rather that will apply to that order based on the product in that order, a specific service. So if you've got an item that you want to get there expedited and you know that specific product should always be expedited, you can set up a shipping rule to accomplish that. And shipping rules run from top to bottom. And you can have quite a few. On the next slide, we're going to have a few things to keep in mind about shipping rules that will help you be even more successful in creating them. Main thing to keep in mind is keep it simple. Keep it simple. The more direct you can be in that shipping rule, the better off it will apply to your orders and be successful. So try to limit the conditions to no more than 6 if conditions. We like to recommend working backwards. So that means checking out the conditions for the then statement. Do we have that option for the actions for that condition? Do we have something that will apply that action? Well, then let's move on from there and work with that action. Anytime you create a brand new shipping rule and you want it to apply to the orders on the orders page, you'll want to go back to your orders page and rerun those shipping rules. It just takes a couple of seconds, but then it will apply to all those orders on your orders page. Going to go ahead and share my screen now and just run y'all through a quick way to set up a shipping rule. And so here we are. In fact, let me get back to the beginning of this page. So as you can see here, there's one rule set up for my first class mail. And if it's of a specific weight, if it's less than 1 pound, then I'm going to set my shipping preset to first class package. I'm going to go ahead and add a new rule. And when you add a new rule, you just click add new. You'll want to give it a name. Let's call this gift. Oh, there we go, gift packing slip. So if the order, and these are going to be your if options, if the order is a gift and it's true, then I'm going to set my final packing slip template to a gift packing slip with no prices. That looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and save that rule. And I noticed there was a question about what do you mean by rules running from top to bottom? I think that's an awesome question. So here we are. We've got one rule on the top, a rule below it. So that's what we mean by running top to bottom. As the orders pull through to ShippingEasy, they're going to go from this very first rule to the next rule. And if that second rule doesn't apply, then it will pass on through. And this primary rule will always be the first one that it hits. So here I've got that set up. Well, I wanted to apply to my orders on the orders page. So what I'm going to do is select these orders, and then I'm going to go ahead and rerun my shipping rules so that they apply to my orders on the orders page. Keep in mind those orders will disappear for a moment, but they'll come back once they've been run through those shipping rules and apply. And that's how you run or create a brand new shipping rule. And we'll provide more information about that as well. And now we'll head back to our slides. And on our next slide, Jeff, if you don't mind, we are going to go to our next topic. And Mercedes is going to take it away from here about packing slips.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So very important during the holidays. And of course, a lot of the orders that come through could possibly be gifts. So of course, including a packing slip just to let the customer know what's in their order, what they got as a gift. We do have our packing slip feature. And of course, during the holidays, it would be beneficial to just include a gift packing slip, which is actually a basic customization, something that we already pre-built for you. In your packing slip settings, we actually build one pre-built packing slip that's called and I can actually go into real quick. I'll show you after this, but it is actually called packing slip no prices. So real easy. You go into your settings, packing slip settings, and you'll choose this packing slip, and it will automatically eliminate the prices. And it will also actually include the note from the buyer. So if the note in your store, they had a little note that said Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, then we can transfer that note into the packing slip and it will be included. And another great thing is that, you can also include a note in the packing slip where we can set it up in the store settings. So in your store settings, we can actually, there's a place where we can put the logo for your store. The logo will be transferred automatic to the packing slip. You don't even have to mess with that. And that this logo will also transfer into the email that is sent to the customer, even to labels if something that you wanted to include. So yes, a real easy automated process that will help you save time, customizing this packing slip for a gift message and for it to be a gift packing slip. So real quick, I'll share my screen. And here it is. So you will go into your packing slips and you'll actually click new template. And then we have our pre-built templates here. And if you see, there's two sizes. So some people print it in an 8x5 or an 4x6. So you'll just come here and then click pick packing slip, no prices. And then you can actually click modify template and it will show you exactly how the packing slip will see. You can click preview and you can actually see it. And then you can actually preview it, how the customer is going to see the packing slip. So super simple. You don't have to come in here and customize anything. Of course you do if you wanted to, but we made it really easy for our customers to create that customized packing slip. Perfect. So let's see. Jeff, if you can pull up the slide deck again. Perfect, thank you. So so we're moving forward to our branded tracking feature. Our branded tracking feature is actually one of our newest features. It's a great feature that is here to customize your email sent out to your customers. So every time that you print a order or you purchase a label, and in that order we included an email, we will automatically send out an email confirmation to the customer. Well, this new feature is called branded tracking. It's a way to just strengthen your branding and drive traffic back to your store. So what will happen is we will send an email out confirmation to the customer saying, hey, your order was shipped. It will include a tracking number, but instead of redirecting them to the post office or UPS website, it will actually bring up a branded tracking page, which looks like this one, and it will actually be a visualization of their order of the estimated time of delivery, and it will actually include live updates of where their order is. So it will also have the chance for you to include your socials, your store. Based on a research here within ShippingEasy, we determined that our customers that use branded tracking, their customers are checking that branded tracking page about 5 to 7 times from the time they, said, hey, your order was shipped. So they're checking, so they are coming back to this branded tracking page that will be customized to your own website with your own colors, where they can go back to your website, click, and it will bring the possibility of new orders and just going back to your socials, where you will, post new items and, hey, I want that item. So it's just a great way to bring more awareness to your business. And of course, we also have our SMS opt-in. This is a great new feature where you can opt in. If the customer desires, it's not, required, they can receive SMS notifications. I know that I am one of those people that are constantly tracking, where's my package? Where's my package? So if I'm getting those texts of, hey, your order is here, then, I will love that. So that's a great feature that does come with branded tracking. And of course, just the visualization of where their packages is a wonderful thing about branded tracking. So we can definitely get more information to you guys about how to enable that great feature and answer any questions. Thanks, Jeff. So very important, there are holidays. After the holidays, everybody gets their gift, but there might be some returns coming your way. So we actually, have a two-way process to process these returns. So we can actually have one easy way from your shipping history page, where you can create a return label straight from that order that you send out. You'll search for that order number, that recipient, address or name, and the order will come up even with the tracking number. And there's a way for you to create a return label directly from that order that you send out. Super easy. Or create the return label, everything will be copied, and boom, you'll create your return label. So if that order included an email, we will actually automatically send the customer an email saying, hey, your return is being processed. Here's the label for you. It already includes the PDF. You're not going to have to worry about sending the email out to the customer. Super easy. And so the second way will actually be creating a manual label. So the same way that you can create a manual ship to label, you can also create a manual return label. You'll just need, of course, the information of the email. Of course, it's going to be sent back to you, so you just need to include their address for them to send it back to you. And then if you include the email in there, it will also automatically send them the email confirmation of the return in the PDF of the label. But of course, we also have the ability to, if needed, to download a PDF of your label. If the customer is requesting it, you need an email to them, you will actually have a way to download that PDF from shipping history once the label is purchased. Super easy process, and voila, your return will be processed. Okay, Jeff. And perfect. How much does this cost? I have a question about that. Are we referring to the return labels? Or what feature? I'm sorry, I just saw the question about how much does it cost. The tracking, the branded tracking. Branded tracking is actually completely free. It's a free feature, no extra cost. It comes with your plan. Any other questions?
Yeah, I feel like that was a lot. So don't hesitate to ask us questions. We can always go back over things and discuss more about these excellent holiday readiness tips for you folks. Don't have any shipping rules set up. Is there a best practice you recommend to get started? Yes, that is an awesome question. Shipping rules, how I like to approach shipping rules is if you are running your orders and you find yourself manually updating information time and time again, awesome opportunity to look into shipping rules. There are a few, conditions and parameters there, but boy, there's a lot of combinations that we can put together there to help you not have to manually enter those settings. So perfect example, like my first class mail shipping rule. Well, I've got some products that weigh less than a pound, and I kept having to request the first class mail option. So I went ahead and put in a shipping rule based on the weight parameter of my orders. So that's something to keep in mind. If there is a commonality in these orders, such as a product that you always ship a certain way, great opportunity to set up a shipping rule. And we'll make sure to include the conditions and actions of those shipping rules to see that we can accommodate that for you. Any other shipping rules that come off the top of your head, Mercedes, that you can think of? I always think of first class or a specific product that it could apply to.
Another great one would be, I mean, of course, it's just, if you already know how you wanted to ship, maybe in your website, they've set up, hey, I already know that we're going to ship this and this type of
Oh,
package
requested
requested.
service.
Yeah,
Yes.
then you already know that the requested service, which means in your store, if you set up priority mail, in a flat rate box, you can say, hey, if the requested service is a flat rate box, then automatically assign a flat rate box and ShippingEasy. That way it makes it so much easier for you. You already know that it's selected that service. You just can go buy that label.
Yeah, that's a good one. Looks like there's another question. What are the cheapest ways for me to ship over the holidays? Do you recommend one carrier over the other? Oh, really good question. I first think of the weight of the products. Definitely that first class mail, again, less than a pound, gonna be your cheapest option. So if we're looking for cheapest options, then perhaps we're not concerned with the duration of the time it takes for that package to get to the destination. So having the multiple carriers integrated in your account will be a benefit. And you can always browse rates on that order in your account to see which option would be the cheapest for you. There's not one carrier that I recommend over another because they can all benefit depending on that shipment. For example, if you've got heavier products, UPS tends to do a pretty good job as far as price points go for ground delivery versus priority mail with USPS. Also, looking into how you're shipping your items could benefit you by ordering supplies from USPS that are free. Those are known dimensions. That means USPS already understands how many of those boxes they can fit in their truck. And that could be a price break for you there. So not necessarily one recommendation over the other, but more so, what are you shipping? How are you shipping? And how quickly would you like for it to get there? On your orders page, you've got the option to browse rates to choose the best one for you. There's also the rate calculator that's included in the account that can also help you determine what would be best for your needs and your shipping. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, and I would just add, I mean, for my experience and, seeing the flat rate options are always a good option just because it's one flat rate. It doesn't change based on zone. It's just one flat rate. It doesn't matter where it's going, doesn't matter what the weight is. And then UPS, a lot of people use UPS for those larger box items versus USPS. So great questions. Any other questions?
Yeah, there's one more that says, how do I find the rate calculator? And that's, oh man, that's awesome. I should have mentioned where that is. I did gloss over it. The rate calculator is built in to your account. It's going to be on that left-hand menu column. So as you click on your menu column, in fact, I can share my screen here to show us. Let me just go ahead and share real quick to guide y'all. So here on the account, we've got the left-hand menu column. If you don't see all of the options, like it's pretty collapsed here, click on shipping and it's going to expand your options. Rate calculator is going to be listed here on that left-hand menu column. Quickest way to access it. It's going to go ahead and default and pull your ship from zip code. And then you can toggle between all of the carrier services you've got integrated. You can put in that ship to zip code, even put in the service if you know what you're looking for, weight, etc. And that'll pull the rates depending on the carriers you've got connected in your account. So again, that left-hand menu column is an excellent place to navigate your website. And if you don't see all of your options, click on shipping to expand, and rate calculator will be there for you.
Thanks, Elizabeth, for sharing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Looks like we got one more question. Is the branded tracking you mentioned difficult to set up? Not at all. Will I be able to do it in time for Christmas orders? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we included it in this presentation. We want you to, be able to use this for the holiday and get prepared. You just need to enable it in the account. Let's see. Do you want to? Let's see. In fact, I think this is one that has it set up beautifully. I should have had a good example for that one. It'll take me a minute to find one that's got it set up. But no, it's relatively quick. It just takes you 5 minutes. I'd say about 5 minutes to go through and set up, and you can really customize and include your specific colors and
your logo.
Yeah.
Include your social media, your website store.
Yeah, you can plug in your Facebook, your Instagram, your Pinterest.
Yeah, I have it pulled up here. It's not set up, but we can just kind of visualize how it will look. So
perfect. Thanks, Mercedes.
Yeah, so if on the left side menu, we're actually going to look into tracking, and you're going to see, the branded tracking and notifications. You're going to see how it's going to look to your customer based on if it's going to be mobile, desktop, or a tablet. You can see, it says your estimated time of delivery, where it's at right now. They'll have the ability to actually click into the tracking number and then the progress, and they can actually visualize the items sent. And so here on the top, you'll be able to, of course, include your store name, your URL, and your email and phone number. And then you'll take it to the next steps. I won't be able to go to the next step just because I don't have any of this filled out, but then you'll be able to customize the design, which is adding your colors, and then link your social medias and your website. Any other questions? But of course, if there's Any no more questions? We are the onboarding team. We are here to help answer any further questions about any of the features that we mentioned today, or of course, any other features that you might be looking for. We have availability. We do have a calendar link where you can book a date and time that best fits your needs. And that way we can really sit down and talk about your business, your account, of course, during the holidays here, but any time that you may need us. We are here for any assistance that you may need.
Looks like we got one more question about insurance, and it says, do you recommend insurance? My packages get lost all the time, but I don't want to pay extra. Oh, I'm so sorry your packages are getting lost. That's frustrating. And yes, there's insurance built into several services already. So you don't need to pay extra. You can include ShipSurance. That's a third-party company that we work with, and they've got incredible rates, very easy to file a claim. It wouldn't be too much of an extra cost to you. We're talking $1 to insure a $300 type package price range. And it again makes the claim process very smooth if they do, lose a package or something happens in the transit. So we can always include that in our follow-up after this, but ShipSurance will be an option that you can add on that insurance to any label you're running through ShippingEasy. It'll be billed to the card on file with your subscription. It totals up a couple times a week. But again, there's going to be insurance already built into a lot of the services that you are using through ShippingEasy, just based on our partnership with USPS and UPS.
Yeah, of course, some services, like Elizabeth said, already come, like anything priority sent out. I believe they insure up to $50, I believe. And then, of course, UPS and FedEx, I believe they have their pre-built insurance. But like Elizabeth said, we do offer ShipSurance. It's definitely inexpensive, 77 cents per $100 you insure. We recommend it especially for first class mail, which does not get insurance. But that's why we do offer the non-cost costly ShipSurance. Perfect. Any other questions?
And we'll make sure to include our Calendly link so that you folks can schedule an appointment with an onboarding specialist where we can go over your personal workflow on your time and make best use of everyone's time and assist that way.
Definitely. And of course, we have our, knowledge-based articles, our videos and webinars, our community forums where our customers, interact. Our onboarding team here, of course, is always happy to set up some time. You can give us a call. You can set up a time with one of us. You can also talk to our support. They are available to chat, phone, and email if you have any questions.
Absolutely. And you can find all of this information in the top left of your account. There should be a little phone icon that says need help above the ShippingEasy logo in the top left of your account. So don't hesitate to reach out if you folks ever have questions. Let's save you time and talk about things and get you all set up.
Yes, we definitely encourage. Elizabeth and I will be more than happy to answer any questions. Have a good. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone. Happy holidays, and we hope you're ready.